Okay, here's the second part of the 7.10 video, and we are on to the online activities Strike a Match for Labor. So let's try this out and see how we can do. Okay, use what you know to recall key issues about the American labor movement. Read each of the statements or descriptions and then match it with the group, person, or organization it identifies. All right, so we have a whole list of organizations and people on the left and their descriptions on the right. Let's start with Samuel Gompers. What do you remember? What does Samuel Gompers do? Founder and leader, founder and head of the American Federation of Labor, the AFL. Started as a cigar maker. All right, what's a craft union? Craft union. I believe it's an organization of skilled workers in a specific trade. Doesn't that sound right? I think so. We'll find out soon enough. United Mine Workers. All right, let's come back to that one, huh? I think its membership in this union was comprised of 20% black men, but we can always come back to it too. International Ladies Garment Workers Union. This is probably going to be the union for women, so let's stick with that one there. Pullman Strike of 1894. What was that strike about? Federal troops were called to end a boycott halting railroads. I think that's going to be it. Eugene Debs. He was an organizer of both skilled and unskilled railroad workers. The AFL was the American Federation of Labor, a group of craft unions. The Cripple Creek Miners. That was one where the government actually stepped in on behalf of the union. Striking group helped by the Colorado state government. Socialist Party. They sought worker-owned and controlled production. And then lastly, the Wobblies. That is indeed the Industrial Workers of the World, one union for all workers. Let's see if we're right. Yes, hooray, we got it all right. And that conglomeration of lines connecting each side. All right, and that was all that was. There was no other steps to that online activity. Let's look at the Chapter 22 highlights. This is what you'll have to review in order to be successful on the 7.10 quiz. So looking back, that'll be covering lesson 7.08 and 7.10. That's what's going to be on your 7.10 quiz. In the years after the Civil War, business and industry grew, but laborers suffered under harsh living and working conditions with little compensation. Capitalists favored the minimal regulation offered by laissez-faire economy that affected both blue and white-collar workers. Organizers reached out to help workers address working conditions and wages by forming unions. By the 1870s, depression, blacklisting, fear, and a railroad strike resulted in government action against organized labor, as well as the rise of strong labor advocates. The Knights of Labor first organized garment workers and then under Terence Powderly's leadership embraced all producers, both owners and workers, with goals such as 8-hour workday, equality for women, and elimination of child labor. On May 1st, 1866, what began as a strike turned into the Haymarket Riot. The riot wrongly identified the Knights of Labor with anarchists, causing a decline in union membership. If you remember that graph that we looked at in the earlier reading, that if you probably trace back, you'll see a decline in membership happening right around that 1886 time. Samuel Gompers filled the gap by creating an alliance of craft unions known as the American Federation of Labor to bargain for wages, working conditions, and the length of the workday. Another organizer, Eugene Debs, formed a union of both skilled and unskilled railroad workers. Debs' union brought the Pullman Company and the railroads to a halt with a strike that required government intervention. Socialists and other groups like the Industrial Workers of the World, the Wobblies, offered alternatives such as seeking ownership of the means of production and the formation of one large union for all workers. By World War I, the only union success story was the American Federation of Labor. Although the AFL made a difference in workers' wages and working conditions, much more remained to be done. And then the next step is indeed to take your 7.10 quiz. Make sure you study this lesson and the prior lesson 7.08 and make sure you give yourself ample time to prepare and complete that 7.10 quiz. Good luck!